Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Detroit Tigers franchise mode here in MLB The Show 21. So I know it's been a while since we've had an episode of this series, and I'd like to apologize again about that because I had problems with my Xbox Series X, and I had to send it into Microsoft to get repaired multiple times, and I wasn't actually able to play any MLB in between then, so I had to send my console back multiple times, and I finally have it working, so I'm finally able to play MLB The Show on my Xbox Series X. So anyways, in last episode, we pretty much just had the entire off season, and yeah, we're still looking like a pretty good team going into the season, but we're running out of time, I think, in terms of winning a World Series, because a lot of these guys on our team that we drafted, like guys like Gary Hera, Diego Corona, etc., they're all getting a little bit older, same with Chauncey McElroy, so we might start to see some decline in some of these players, which hopefully isn't the case. But yeah, hopefully we could be a good team this year, and hopefully we could win a World Series, because last year was a pretty good run for the most part, and then we ran into Toronto, who gave us problems. But yeah, hopefully we could be a good team in this season, and hopefully win a World Series. So we are up here in spring training. We're going to get to the draft and stuff in this episode as well. Let's start with doing some contract extensions potentially. I forget how much money we have, or actually, was I going to give out contract extensions in last episode? I think so. I think we need to get Luis Garcia back on a decent contract. He is 31 already, which is kind of questionable, but he is a very good player for us. And I'm pretty sure we don't really have much shortstops in our system, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, shortstop wise, we do have Vince Means in the system, but I don't really know if I... Yeah, Vince Means is not fantastic yet. So if we go to our contract extensions, I think we'll leave a lot of these guys for now. Yeah, I think most of these guys we will leave for now. We might get Bronson Bonner back, but he does want a lot of money. Let's just put it down to 1 year for now, and just get him for as cheap as we can. 2.4. You'd like a longer contract. Okay, we could do a 2-year deal. I'm fine with that. Let's just get this a little bit cheaper. 5.3. That works for me. Brandon Marsh is going to be expensive, but he is 33. He might drop off, but he's a very good player. We brought him in free agency a few years ago. His morale isn't great. I don't really want to give him a 4-year deal. I can give him a 1-year deal, but he wants over 1 year. 25.5. Can I give you a 2-year deal and get you to 51 million? That works for me. And Garcia, he's going to be the most expensive one probably. We can get him for a 2-year deal probably and talk him down. But we might have to start trading away some players at some point just to free up cap space. And I can't afford this contract apparently to give to... yeah, I can't afford this contract to give to Garcia right now. Yeah, I can't afford these contracts right now. So that means I'm going to probably have to make trades at some point and get rid of people that have a lot of money. Because like if we do sort this... We would probably have to... I feel like the guy that would be on his way out is Casey Mize. Because Casey Mize, he's good, but he's 34 and he's probably dropping. So eventually Casey Mize might be on the chopping block in the offseason to get us to free up some cap space to get some of these guys back. But we're not going to worry about them right now because we do got to get through spring training and get to the regular season. So let's just see how we do in spring training and see how this team performs. We should perform pretty good in spring training. Hopefully the regular season wise we have a good enough roster. And yeah, hopefully we do good in our regular season as well. We should make it back to the playoffs, I'd assume. But you never know. 17-10 in the preseason. That is great. Good enough for third in the Grapefruit League behind the Pirates and the Orioles. And now we need to make our adjustments, getting our roster all the way down to, I believe it's 26 players. So there's going to be a lot of players that probably go on waivers, I would assume. So we got to go to the bottom of this list and move some of these guys down to AAA. So Sierra is one of them. Rodriguez is more than likely one of them. I believe I wrote down how I wanted the rosters situated for the season, but I can't remember for sure. It's been too long since I recorded an episode of this that I don't really remember how I wrote down the roster for the season. Got to see if I could find it in my notebook, because I'm pretty sure I made some notes about it, and then obviously the game, or the Xbox had the biscuits. So, did I write it down? I think that, yeah, I think this is for the upcoming season, right? Or maybe that was last year that I wrote that down for. Yeah, this might have been for the last season I wrote it down. So, or no, actually, no, it's not, because it says McGrath on it. So, okay, so sorry about that. I had to make a cut. So, anyways, what I was saying is I think we will send down Rodriguez because I don't think we really need him, even though he has a good spring training stats. We are going to send him down, which I believe puts him on waivers. Actually, yeah, he does have to go through waivers. We'll send him down anyways. McGrath, I think I want to try and use him as a reliever. I want to try and use Grubb as a reliever as well if we can. Who else we got here? Yeah, everybody else is good there. In terms of this, Mayer, I think I had still up here. Yeah, I might have to send somebody like Mayer or Franco, or not Franco, or Green down. One of those guys I might have to send down. Closing pitcher-wise, we are going to have to probably... We could send down Morales again. You know, he was pretty good. Yeah, I think we're going to send Morales down. I could trade away Chavez at this point, but I'm not going to. We're going to send down Morales to AAA. Oh, he has to go through waivers. But I think that we are going to put him on waivers anyways. Which he will more than likely be claimed, I think, because he's still kind of youngish. But we don't really need him, considering we still have Corona. Then in terms of catchers, we are good on that front. I think we are going to send down Castro, though, to AAA. Or, Castro. Do I want to call up Sapasto as the backup? Not really. I should have a backup catcher always, though, I think, right? Maybe I'll leave Sapasto down there for now. I mean, I could call up Sapasato as the backup. But I think I'll leave him down there for now. First baseman-wise, we are going to have to send down a lot of these guys down to AAA. Some of these guys should go down to AA. I don't know why it's calling up so many of these weird guys, though. At least this will easily be able to... Conrad Colvin also needs to go down to AAA, I think. Yeah, he definitely needs to go down to AAA because we don't need 3 first basemen. I think I'll move Miguel Cabrera down to double. There you go, that's good. And then second baseman-wise, we will move Santana back down to AA, I think. Yeah, we'll move him down to double. And that's good on that front. Actually, we'll move this guy down to double as well. And then move Ferris up to triple. So there we go. That is good. Triple wise. Third baseman wise, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. So we're going to send him down to a double. So that's good there. We are almost at enough roster players, which is good. Yoder, I will send you down to triple. Vince Means might stay in the MLB for now. We'll see if he get fit on this roster or not. Hinton's going to definitely be still in AAA, even though he's really good. Hopefully he gets to the MLB soon. Plummer, definitely MLB. McKenna, I'm going to send you down as well. Yeah, we're going to send down Kiki again. And send down you to double. Send Kiki on waivers. He might get claimed. I don't know if he will, though. And we have to send down one more player, I'm pretty sure. Which we have a ton of right fielders. Or actually, we don't have a ton of right fielders. Never mind. We have to send down one more player, if I'm not mistaken. Which, if we have to send down one more player, I think it's got to be Vince Means. Does he have... No, he will go through waivers. I mean, he doesn't seem to have really good hitting stats, so I'm okay with it, I think. So put him on waivers. And that will cut us down to 27 out of 40 active players. I don't know if I have to send down one more player. We'll see if we have to. Let's send to the regular season and see if it tells us to send down another player. Did anybody get claimed off waivers? I don't think so. I don't know. No, we're good. We have 26 out of 26 players. I don't know who else it sent down. If it did send down one player. Yeah, it looks like we're good. Okay, so let's take a look at what our lineup looks like. What are we actually listed in terms of rankings? We are kind of falling down in stuff, which is not great. But lineup-wise, right now they have a setup like this, which I'm okay with, I think. Yeah, this looks like an okay roster still. And then pitching rotation wise, we're going to make David Jordan our second man. Dennis Tucker's our third. Pitching wise, we look pretty good still. Yeah, I think that's good. I think everything is good and set up for the start of the season. We are third in power, which is nice because we definitely need to start getting more home runs. We're seventh in pitching, which kind of has fallen down in terms of the last few years, but that's still pretty good. Second in contact, so we're going to definitely get a lot of like on-base players. It's just more our defense that's kind of weighing our down our ranking, I think, because our defense isn't that good. Our speed is pretty good. But yeah, let's start up the season sim and see how we do. Hopefully we could do pretty solid. Let me take a look at the scouting quickly. Make sure we have guys in the right spots. I don't really know what we need, to be honest. I'm just going to let them scout. Do we want pitchers scouted or what? Maybe a catcher would be nice, but I don't know. Yeah, let's just look for a catcher in the West. Why not? We'll assign you to the Central, and we'll look for infield players. And we need to put some as defense, like fielding and speed. Why not? Try and get some of this to be a little bit better. Let's go for pitchers on this part. Doesn't really matter. And we'll assign this one to the infield as well. And we'll just do arm strength and fielding. There we go. Those are all sent out and ready to go. We have a lot of green in terms of our rankings, which is good. So let's start up the season sim and sim up to draft day and see how this team does in this year. Hopefully we can play pretty good and hopefully we can make it back to the playoffs. But yeah, let's see how we do up to the draft. Oh damn, I turned on critical situations. Simulate an exit, turn off critical situations. Oh, it's probably because I had the game reset when I got, or not, it didn't reset really, but like when I got the game reinstalled, it probably reset my wants and stuff like that. Yeah, let's stop simulating since there's an important message apparently. Do we have an injury or something or what? Pending. Doesn't really matter about that. I don't know if we had an injury. We might have had an injury because we're not off to a great start yet. Injured list. Oh, somebody is already back. Okay, good. But we're 12-11 so far, so not too bad. We're 2.5 games back of the Indians, but we definitely need to be a little bit better than 12-11. Let's continue to simulate to draft day. There's a lot more wins in a row, which is good. But yeah, it should be pretty automatic that we make the playoffs unless this team just really falls apart, which they kind of are doing in that month. 24-25. I don't really like that. It seems like our division is really tight, though, because there's only 4.5 games separating last and first. And we're at draft day. We're ranked first in contact, second in power now, 10th in pitching, which I'm kind of surprised that our pitching is taking that much of a toll. Hopefully it could get a little bit better. Maybe an injury happened or something to one of our starting pitchers, because that's the only thing I could picture happening. Yep, Dennis Tucker suffered an elbow injury. He's out for a few days. So that's probably why I just dropped down a little bit, but hopefully Dennis Tucker can come back soon. He was off to a really good start as well. So we definitely need him back when he can be. Let's take a look at our player stats so far going into this draft, and then we will have the draft and see how we do. Hopefully we can get some good prospects in. So Chauncey's off to a really good start, 3-3, which is not great, but a 3.32 ERA and a 1.19 WHIP is good. David Jordan's off to a bad start, which is really weird considering he won the Cy Young a few years ago and had back-to-back 16-win seasons. Kind of surprised by that. Dennis Tucker is currently injured, but obviously he was off to a really good start as well. Casey Mize, not off to a great start, so we need better starts from Casey Mize and David Jordan. Mize is continuing to drop off as well, which is not good. Scott James is off to a not that great of a start. He's got a good winning record, but is his FIP decent or no? His FIP is not that great, so yeah, he's not been that good, but he's winning games. Selby's not been fantastic, really. Jeremy Grubb has been terrible. Holy crap. Okay, Jeremy Grubb. This guy's playing in his first year, and he's looking like shit. 0-8. with a 9.15 ERA and a 1.93 WHIP. I might have to send him down. They also sent McGrath back down, which I don't really like. But, I mean, if he needs another year in AAA, so be it. But, yeah, that's not great. Joe Green's also dropping off. Our bullpen has not been doing that well. James Mayer's terrible as well. Yeah, that's not good. We need better starts from our relief, or not starts, but we need better relief as well out of the bullpen. It seems like closing pitcher wise, Corona really good so far. Chavez has been also really good. It's good to see. Morales never got claimed on waivers, which is kind of a surprise. Bronson Bonner not off to that great of a start, hitting the 214. Could be a little bit better. Sapasto is playing really good down there in AAA, so hopefully we could call him up at some point. I don't know why this guy's called up. Oh, they signed this random Andrew Kisner dude. I'm going to send him down. And he's going to go through waivers, but I'm going to send him down and call up Sapasto instead. Move to MLB. Wait, why can't I move to MLB? He's not on my 40-man roster? Oh, man. I guess I could call up Castro. Yeah, I'll call up Castro for now. Castro is not that bad in terms of contact, so that's okay. First baseman-wise, Fernando Valdez is off to a pretty good start. 5 home runs, 18 RBIs, hitting at 247. Apparently he's been hot as of late. Vargas is hitting at 300, which is really nice. But he is hitting off the bench. Conrad Colvin's killing it down there in AAA. Claudio Mora is playing pretty solid down there in AAA. Even though he's only at 68. He hasn't really developed that well. Second baseman-wise, Cortez is off to a fantastic start this year. Only 2 home runs, but hitting a 302 batting average is really nice. What else we got here? Carmen Nunez is off to a good start. 10 home runs, 28 RBIs, hitting a 231. His contract is only for 3 more years, and then we're going to have to sign him for a big money deal. Mark Sullivan off the bench. Fantastic numbers. Hitting a 433 average, and he's got 4 home runs and 18 RBIs. I really wish this guy had a secondary position, because then I would play him in a secondary position, and then Nunez would play the still on third base, because Sullivan is fantastic. Like, if you need a bench player, he's going to help you out no matter what almost. Shortstop-wise, Luis Garcia off to a fantastic start, hitting a 331. Vince Means actually cleared waivers, which is good. Gary Harris is doing pretty solid, hitting a 272. Robbie Harvey's hitting 250, which is also pretty good. And down there in AAA, Troy Hinton, who is looking like a good prospect for us, hitting at 313 currently. And in center fielding wise, Brandon Marsh is not off to a great start, hitting a 190, which I don't really like. Rick Plummer's hitting a 344 off the bench, liking that. And in right fielding wise, Montenegro is not off to a great start really. Well, he's got 9 home runs and 22 RBIs, but he's hitting at 237, which could be a little bit better. Michael Bland's hitting in 234, which is pretty good. And that's pretty much that. So, interesting stats from our team so far. Well, let's now go to the draft and see what we could get to help out our prospect pool. Go to draft. Let's see what we could get. I don't remember where we're drafting. It's probably late, right? Yeah, we're the 29th team in the draft, so we are probably not going to get anything super good in this draft, but you never know. Let's see what we get. Hopefully we can get something decent, like a random steal. Now, I haven't had to do a draft in an MLB game in a while, so I'm probably going to be pretty bad at this. Let's sort by potential first. An 18-year-old third baseman that's almost fully scouted. Might be a 60 overall. This actually looks pretty good. Good contact hitting. Power-wise is pretty solid as well. Vision's pretty good. If this is accurate, which it mostly is, this guy looks like he could be really good. Yeah, I think this guy is going to be our pick for sure. He's 18 years old as well. Brian Ross. Yeah, I think I got to take this guy. He looks like the best opportunity spot player for our thing. And he does play first baseman and left field, which is good because he's a third baseman, which right now we don't really need a third baseman because, like I was saying, Sullivan is there and Nunez is there. But since he could play other positions potentially, that's a good one I think to take on. So we'll take Brian Ross, see how good he is. hopefully he's pretty good. We do have a competitive round balance pick, which is nice as well. So let's sort by potential again. There is still that Alvarez guy, but he's probably not as good. Like, he looks like he might be an 80 potential, but a low overall. Let's sort by scouted. Actually, let's go by overall currently. Mostly scouted on this relief pitcher. This relief pitcher might have a high overall. Steven Armas, 20 years old. And he might have a decent potential as well. We do need relief pitchers, I think. So, you know what? We're going to take Steven Armas. It might be a little bit of a risky pick, but it's a competitive round balance pick. So, it's technically a little extra pick for us. Now, at number 23 in the second round, let's sort by potential again. That Alvarez dude's still there, but I feel like he'd be a good late round steal if we could get him. We do need a catcher, and Delgado might be the man. He might be 65 overall, at least in 80 potential-wise. He's mostly scouted. Not fully, but he is 25 years old, which is... I don't really like that. But, I mean, if we do need more catchers in the system, that might not be a bad one to take. You know what? We're going to take Eli Delgado. He's 25, but he'll probably have a good starting overall because of his age, I would assume. And then he gives us another catcher, maybe to go behind Sapasado. What else we got here? Let's sort by potential again. Barton Kennedy, 21-year-old pitcher. That might be pretty solid. Might take a chance on this dude as well. Yeah, you know what? We're going to just do that. This might end up being a good draft for us. It might be a terrible draft for us. I don't know. Okay, round 4. Closing pitchers, not really scouted that much. Let's see who's scouted the most. 75 and 22. Not a huge fan of that. 75 and 20 and a first baseman. 50 overall, though. Yeah, the rest of this stuff is probably going to end up being a crapshoot. This guy has an ETA of 2034, which is intriguing, but his overall is probably not that good. 70 and 50 as well. Any good starting overalls? 80 and 75. Nothing that we could really trust. Yeah, there's nothing we can really trust in this. I might have to just go with one of these guys. Actually, wait a second. Do I want to go with this dude? He's 18 years old. He might actually be a good, like, C potential prospect. Yeah, you know what? We're going to take Julio Juarez. And it's a cool name, too, anyways, so. 5th round pick. Okay, 5th round pick. Let's see what we could get. And hopefully we could get some more good steals here, because I feel like we're doing pretty good in this draft. But who knows? We could be terrible. Even though this Garcia guy might be a project, I think I'm going to take him. Yeah, I'm going to take him. He's 20 years old. Might as well. And then our final pick of the draft in the 6th round, what are we going to get? We have, like, barely any players to choose from. Clint Fox apparently has the best potential, but the best overall is Montoya. What do we need the most of? Left fielders, so I guess we'll probably go with Clint Fox. Yeah, because we don't need center fielders really. Yeah, we don't need center fielders really. So we could use starting pitchers, but this guy's not going to be a starting pitcher. We don't really need that closer either. Yeah, I think it's going to be Clint Fox, who's probably going to be terrible, but we'll take him anyways since that's the only option we have. Okay, let's see how our draft was. I think it was probably going to be a pretty good one. Let's just get rid of these notifications, but I think it's going to be a good draft for us. I'm pretty sure we're going to get somebody good at least. At least I feel like it. Let me actually just check the All-Star voting stuff right now. Cortez looks like he's going to make the All-Star game right now, which is good. Okay. And Brian Ross, B potential 59 overall. So not as good of an overall as I thought, but 18 years old and 80 potential. I'll take that. Solid contact hitting, but still definitely needs to improve in a lot of areas, but I think it's a good pick. We definitely will give him his contract. The next pick, Steven Armas, 71 overall. That's a pretty good starting overall for a 20-year-old relief pitcher. And he's got 77 potential, so that might be a decent relief pitcher at some point for us. We'll definitely sign him up. Eli Delgado, 61 overall at 25 is not good. 78 potential is, but Yeah, this guy's not going to be that good, so I don't know if I'll sign him. I'll leave that to you guys probably. Barton Kennedy, 65 overall, 21 as a starting pitcher, 78 potential. It's not terrible. We'll sign him up. Might end up being just like a double-A pitcher or something. Julio Juarez, 65 overall at 18 and 72 potential. It sucks that his potential is not that good, but it definitely could go up considering he's 18, so we'll sign him up. Alex Garcia, only 44 overall and 70 potential, but he is 20. His hitting does not look good at all, though. I'm not going to sign this guy, I don't think, because I think he'd be way too good. Like, he's going to be a project player for sure. And then Clint Fox actually was pretty good. Wow. For the second last pick in the draft, 60 overall at 18 and a 79 potential. Good contact hitting actually as well. That might be one of the best deals I've had. To get that guy the second last pick of the draft, that's pretty solid. Let's quickly go through the other teams just to see if there's any good players. Actually, I'll just scroll through each team individually. There's a really good player, DeAndre Hightower. Holy, 73 overall at 20, 94 potential for that catcher. That's a really good one for the Twins. I believe Joe Mauer was a catcher, right, as well, so that might be the best catcher since Joe Mauer for this team. But yeah, it looks like the Twins had a pretty solid draft. Not a good draft really for Houston, except for that last pick as well. Looks pretty solid. But yeah, this draft looks like it was actually not that bad of one. Like, there's a really good relief pitcher that Oakland got in Corey Terry, 71 overall at 18. Like, it seems like the later rounds were really good. That's a good pitcher in Cy Gonzalez, but he's already 21 as well. But yeah, hopefully if we get to the playoffs, hopefully we could be a better team than in the last few years. Even though we've made the playoffs, I just really want to get to a World Series final and eventually win, obviously. What else we got here? The Mets, not a good draft at all, potential-wise. Damn. The Phillies, Kazuki Nomura from Japan. Nice beard. Really good pitcher. Or closing pitcher, at least. But hopefully we don't suffer too much drop-off in terms of our roster. Jose Bautista. Interesting. It looks like there's a lot of low overall players as well, but some really solid ones as well for their age. A lot of these guys are going to take time to develop too. Yeah, it doesn't really look like actually there was a whole lot of big stud players in the first rounds. Like, I feel like the depth of this draft was a lot better. Like, look at this, 46 overall at 20 and 87 potential, but that's not a really good one for the Cardinals, I don't think. And then the Diamondbacks, didn't really have that great of a draft either. Looks like most teams had a crapshoot of a draft. So we might have had one of the best drafts, I don't know. But potential-wise, I don't know. Lou Divine. The names in this type of franchise mode, though, are really cool to go over just to see. Because a lot of these not EA-generated, SDS-generated names are better than EA ones, I find. And that should be almost it, right? 71 at 22 is not too bad. Yankees. There you go. And the Rays. Jose Barrios. Isn't there a player that is actually named Jose Barrios? I think so. Ojeda. And we should be almost back to where we are. Maybe I already passed this. Did I pass this? I don't think so. I don't even know. I might have passed this. No, there we are. Okay. So actually, never mind. Maybe potential-wise, we weren't one of the best teams in the draft, but we did get some decent players that had good starting overalls. So that's good to build up on from. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Detroit Tigers franchise mode. So next episode, we will simulate the rest of the season. We might make some trades, depending if you guys think it's necessary, just to help out like maybe our relief pitching, because I feel like that's somewhere we could definitely improve on. We're 25-25, and we're still really close to being in the top spot in our division. But just, if it's going to be a really tight division, we might just barely miss the playoffs, or we might just barely make it, because the Twins, the White Sox, and the Indians are all doing really good so far. So anyways, let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys next time.